Taylor, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Let's just start off with like the big and obvious thing. Obviously, a lot of Jazz fans were hoping to get a look at you during summer league play, and it hasn't quite worked out. Are you able to kind of give any update on your health situation?
I would say I feel pretty good right now. It's just like, I don't feel 100%, so we didn't really want to, push anything and, force a summer league play and then, have to worry about, being out for training camp. But right now I feel good and I mean, I'll be ready for a training camp. So.
Cool. Yeah, the Jazz gave us kind of an update the other day saying that you and Bryce had like started doing a little bit of on court work. Can you kind of take me through just how things have been kind of ramping up and what you're doing now?
Right now I'm like doing cardio on the treadmill and stuff and doing some encore workouts like shooting, ball handling, and doing like upper body workouts and things like that.
Okay. What's it been like? Obviously, I know we talked to you when you had the introductory news conference, and you said that you would defer to the medical staff, but you were hoping to get a chance to play. What's it been like just not having that happen? I mean, obviously you're sitting out for the right reasons, not wanting to take any chances, but just what's it been like having to just sit out there when you want to play?
I mean, it's kind of like bittersweet because like, it's nice to like watch my teammates play and like, do as well as like they have been doing. But like, I kind of like want to get out there and, kind of contribute and like, just be on the floor and like try to get my feet wet a little, but you know, it's all for like good measure in the future.
So who have you been kind of getting to know at this point? Like which guys have you kind of been connecting with?
I'll say pretty much everybody, but mostly like probably Ochai and Micah Potter. Those guys like just have been talking to me the most, and me and Micah like relate because we're both Christians. So and we have like the same like life verse in our Instagram bio. So like that's pretty much how that relationship started. So
Okay, that's cool. Um, Obviously before he sprained his ankle, Keontae was having some really good games and really kind of capturing people's attention. What have you noticed kind of from his game during those times? What stood out about the way he was playing?
I mean, I've seen him play like when he was in college. So like like he hasn't had a bad game. Like other rookies, like they've had bad games, but like Keontae, like he just hasn't had a bad game. Maybe he like started slow, but he always finished the game great. So it's like it's really comforting, seeing him do really well and being comfortable out there.
What's your interaction been like with the coaching staff to this point?
I mean, we've had a pretty like a really good relationship. Always talking to them. Pretty close with DA, Danny Ainge, and the owner and the head coach and the GM. So, I mean, I feel pretty comfortable around all of them.
What are your early impressions of Will?
He's smart. I would say that for sure. Like he has a lot of basketball knowledge. He's really smart.
What, if anything, has been maybe different or surprising about the NBA life? Like I recognize you're like a very short time into it. You haven't had a chance to do much yet, but has there been anything to this point where you're like, oh, I didn't know it would be like that?
Um, Nothing really. I would just say like the rookie transition program. Like they would have us like at the Las Vegas Aces facility, like just learning about like financial literacy and then different things we might encounter as rookies. So that was something like I never knew about until like I got here.
That's always an interesting component, right? Like I had a conversation with Walker last year, and he was talking about just like what a weird transition it is going from just like having your parents take care of everything for you to all of a sudden thinking, man, now I have to worry about like building a credit score and getting an apartment and getting a
Yeah,
credit card, things like that. Any of that stuff kind of like, on your mind at this point?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I was just talking to my mom like yesterday, and she was saying like that she might like want to like stay in Florida. So like I was like stressing all last night about it. I was like, yo, what am I gonna do? Like I'll be like by myself, like I don't know. But yeah.
You were expecting that she was going to come out to Utah with you?
Yeah, I thought she was just gonna like stay with me, for a little while, so like, I could be comfortable, but I don't know. We'll see.
Growing up real fast, huh?
Yeah.
So, I think the Jazz told me that you're not planning to come back to Salt Lake immediately once summer league is over. What's kind of next up for you?
I'm just gonna head home for like a couple days, and I'm gonna be right back. So I'm not gonna be like gone for too long.
Okay, just a quick little break.
Yeah.
Cool. You been in contact with many of the vets at this point? Heard from any of them?
Yeah, I've Kelly Lennox has like really been around a lot. So, talking to him, and then Chris Dunn was here for a couple days in the summer league, and who else? Taylor Horton was here a couple days.
Sure.
Um Colin uh was here for a couple days as well. So no, I got to meet them in person and just talk to them.
What's maybe been the most meaningful conversation you've had with any of them to this point?
Uh I don't know. I wouldn't say anything was like really like meaningful like that. It was like kind of like I don't know. I mean, it wasn't really
Yeah,
anything yet.
no worries. Do you know who's going to be your veteran on the team yet?
No, I don't know. I'm guessing it's gonna be Micah. I don't know.
Any trepidation about that? Like, some teams have horror stories about like things that rookies actually do. I've heard the Jazz are pretty mild, and you might not be in too much trouble or anything.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it.
So, what are you most looking forward to over the next couple of months?
Uh, just getting ready for training camp and being 100% and competing and getting to learn my teammates really.
Obviously, you haven't had a chance to be out there on the court yet, but just from having gotten to watch summer league play, where there are some guys who've been in the NBA, has it has there been any kind of difference that you've noticed between like what you face in college versus what you might be up against in the NBA?
I would say like just the like how the defenses are structured because like in college like there's no defensive 3-second rule, and then also like the spacing's not as wide as the NBA. So I would just say like it's just different things you have to do on defense and but just watching I feel like I could like thrive in that environment though.
Cool. All right, I think that was most everything I wanted to ask you about. Was there anything else that you want to add or mention about how things have been thus far?
Um no, I mean we've been playing pretty well 4-0. So hopefully we get to get that championship ring.
Semifinals tomorrow, right?
Yep.
What's the vibe of the team around that? That seems like a lot of excitement.
Yeah, everybody's excited for sure.
Very cool. All right. Well, hey, thanks again for doing this. Pretty painless, right?
Yeah.